Hello, callers, and welcome again to another interesting episode of Viva Barca, the home of everything Barca. In this episode, we are going to be discussing on some three interesting developments, starting with Joan Laporta, who have just recently asked, some of the top earners, some of the heavyweights in the squad to take a further 40% wage cut in order to sign Messi and in order to register Memphis Depay, Aguero, Emerson Royal. So we're going to be discussing much more on that. Also, we're going to be discussing on Antoine Griezmann. We recently report from Mundo Deportivo yesterday, this by saying that Manchester City have denied showing any interest whatsoever in Antoine Griezmann, despite what we have been hearing over this past couple of days that Man City have been interested in him. Man City just made it clear that they have never shown any interest in Antoine Griezmann whatsoever, despite the rumors, the news, we have been talking about it, for this past couple of days. So we're going to be discussing much more on that as well. Then on the final note, we are going to be discussing about Ilaix Moriba and his contractual situation again. This time around, it seems things are now getting very cool with his agents, because after reports recently saying that his agents were demanding very high and things were not moving on smoothly with the Barcelona board, it has been reported that Ilaix Moriba and his agents, they are set to hold a meeting with Barcelona in the coming days, and from the look of things, guys, it seems his agents, they want to, dance to the tune of Barcelona this time around, because I don't see what's the point really, because the club is not moving well, financially in trouble, and you are asking high, you are demanding high from the club, then there's no love for that. So we're going to be looking much more on that as well. So guys, as we ready ourselves to discuss those interesting stories, endeavor to click on that subscribe button below if you haven't done so, if you're new to this channel, and also ensure you watch this video right up to the very end so you get all the details you won't want to miss. The 2020-21 season was supposed to be a transition season for Barcelona, with the following summer window helping them to complete every bit of the team. Alas, it was not meant, to be owing to the club's unfortunate financial situation, with a wage debt reportedly exceeding 200 million euros in debt. On the back of the same, another, and this time probably permanent, pay cut is due soon. So reports from Sport have said that President Joan Laporta will ask Gerard Piqué, Jordi Alba, Busquets to take a 40% pay cut on their current contracts. Barca desperately needs some of their biggest earners to step up and agree to the pay cuts so they can register their new signings Sergio Aguero, Memphis Depay, Eric Garcia, and Emerson Royal. Moreover, without the huge salaries of cutting back on wage bill, the Blaugrana would not be able to renew Lionel Messi as well. So now the only other way to keep the six-time Ballon d'Or winner would be to move forward with the sale of Antoine Griezmann. A swap between him and Saúl Ñíguez has been proposed by Atletico Madrid, but is barely in the initial stages as of now. Messi himself has reportedly agreed to a massive 50% pay cut on his contract in order to stay in Barca. Moreover, after completing his international redemption with Argentina, winning the Copa America, it seems that his continuity is a formality at this point. Joan Laporta publicly made a commitment that the club wanted and will make nearly 4 more signings after completing the initial 4. Koeman backed up the statement, saying that he would want a midfielder at the club given the lack of personnel in the center of the park, by saying a priority signing if we see the departures that were there, or maybe someone may be missing in the midfield. It's important to to have a player to help us improve, but let's see how things will develop between now and the end of August, he said. Now moving on to another story, recent Barcelona news is concentrated on the makeup of the squad in future years, with teenage star Ilaix Moriba said to be central of their plans. The Blaugrana have offered a contract renewal to the central midfielder, which has been rejected by the player's entourage, with the player set to be a free agent next year. So a report from Mundo Deportivo, as we see, has now outlined the situation, claiming that Moriba's agents are hopeful of arranging a meeting at the Camp Nou to discuss the player's future. They are said to have rejected the club's proposed new contract via email and did not make a counteroffer or any request, putting the player's future up in the air. The 18-year-old, made his Blaugrana senior debut in January Copa del Rey victory against Cornellà, and he has now made 18 senior appearances, netting his first senior goal in the win at Osasuna. The Guinea-born central midfielder, has most commonly played as a playmaker role for Barca youth side, and he is one of La Masia's highest prospects and has has put in a series of star performances, so far this year. The Blaugrana's precarious financial situation may complicate their negotiating standpoint on any new deal. And now on to the final story of discussion. In a recent report, Mundo Deportivo revealed that Manchester City have denied having any interest in Barcelona forward Antoine Griezmann this summer. It is understood that the Mancunian Giants have dismissed claims that they would launch a move for the France international during this summer's transfer window. However, there have been some question marks over whether Griezmann can even cope with the physical nature of English football if the Premier League champions were successful in bringing him to the Etihad this summer. However, with City's recent denial of holding any interest in the Frenchman talent, it will be disappointing to some of their fans, as Griezmann would have been a quality acquisition for them this summer. If Pep Guardiola's plan to move in for another world-class striker, it makes sense for him not to change his stance on the Barca forward right now, let me be honest. But the failure to land a big-name striker could be quite detrimental to Guardiola's plans for next season, so they should at least monitor Griezmann's situation rather than completely give up on him without bringing in a suitable replacement for Aguero this summer. So guys, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching and I hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't clicked on that subscribe button below, please endeavor to do so you don't miss out on any latest on Barca on Viva Barca. Until next time, Visca Barca.